Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. So welcome to the today's session. All right then. So let me share my screen. So what are everyone understood what is component and what is component scan, right? We have seen yesterday, right? So if I put component scan, it will scan for the components which are at the class level and create the beans automatically, right? Everyone understood, right? Yesterday's one. Okay, what is the use of that? Instead of writing 100 bean definitions like this, if we can create components at the class level, and if you put component scan here, so the component scan will scan for the classes having @ component annotation, and whichever the classes are related with the @ component, automatically the application context creates the beans. Any questions till now? Right. So now let us now see the other rotations, which is called primary. What is primary? We know what is qualifier, right? So let us see what is primary. So what I'll do is now, okay, let me now create one more Maven project. So Spring Bean. Spring Bean. Primary demo. Let me take this one and then copy here. Then I'll say, let me take class employee. Okay, let me take these classes. I'll copy this class. Department has department ID, department name. Employee has like this. And let me I'll remove all this. I'll say source generate getters, etc. So in my app config, what I'll have? In my app config, what I'll have? I'll create one class called app config new class. So which is at the rate configuration. And then okay, I'll just say like at the rate bean. I'll say public employee. I'll say return new employee. Okay. Okay. And then I'll also write now department. Department. I'll say department. Then I'll have one more bean. Department 1. Right. Now let me now create this application context. Now let me run this program. Okay. What is happening here? What is happening? It is running. But what is happening? Okay, this is my configuration class. So this is my configuration class. And in my employee class, okay, I did not put auto while. Auto while. Auto while. Now you see, you got an error, right? What is the error? I think this is mistake is there. You should not get error, right? Source generate getters and setters. Spelling mistake. Now if I run this program, yeah, I should not get an error. See what is happening now? Now you have app config now. In employee, you have this one, right? Now what we have to do? So when this auto while, so it will check for, is there any bean in the configuration? Is there any bean with is there any bean with return type as department? Is there any bean with return type as department? Yes, right? There are two beans. So this bean and this bean. Now which one it has to inject? It will see whether qualifier is present. No. Then it will see now the property name matching with either of this bean. So that's what, right? We have seen, if you remember. See if you see here. If qualifier is not present, the property type should match with bean class type. If more than one bean is found, here now qualifier is not present, right? In this qualifier is not present. Okay. If more than one bean is found, that means there is more than one bean right now. This bean and this bean with department type. Then the property name is matched with bean ID. Then the property name is matched with the bean ID. So that means this one. So this property name should match with this bean ID. Yes, this is matching, right? So this is matching. So this object gets injected. Next. Okay. Next. This is department one. This is matching with this, right? So this bean gets injected. Right. Suppose if qualifier is present, then whatever in the value in the qualifier should match with the bean ID, then that bean gets injected to property. Okay, if qualifier is present, it will take qualifier value. Now there is one more scenario, which is called primary. See, what is this primary is? Now see, if we declare primary in the bean or component, bean is the method level, component is at the class level. Then by default, the bean with the primary gets injected if there is a conflict in auto wiring of the beans with same class type provided there is no qualifier matching bean present. Now you see, suppose qualifier is not there. Okay. Now what I'll do is, now I'll say department is equal to context dot get bean of department and department dot class. Similarly, department one context dot get bean of department, right? Because the bean ID is this department and department. Now I'll put like employee. EMP is equal to context dot get bean of employee, comma employee dot class. So I'll say system dot out dot println department. System dot out dot println department one. System dot out dot emp dot get a department. I'll say system dot out dot println department one. Now, by seeing this, we can check which bean gets injected. Now, I'll say run as Java application. Now, see, department is 6AEB. When I say emp.get department also, the same bean is getting injected. That means this bean. So this bean is getting injected here, and this bean is getting injected here. So when I print this, I get this ID. And when I print emp.get department, I get the same ID. That means this bean gets injected. And see, this bean gets injected here. Right? Now what I'll do is, now I'll put here primary. What this means, I'll tell you. Now you see what is happening. See what I have done now is, okay, and this is your employee. Now what is happening, you see here. Now it will see for this how many beans are there. 2 beans are there, okay, but there is no qualifier. Okay, there is no qualifier. Now you know what primary will tell is, you see primary, you see, if we declare primary for any of the bean or component, then by default the bean with primary gets injected, even if the conflict in auto wiring of the beans with same cluster. Now there is a conflict, right? Now there is a conflict, like there are 2 beans with the same return type. Now if I put primary, you know, this bean will get injected here. Similarly, this will get injected here. So that is what this will tell. So primary means irrespective of the property names. Okay, it doesn't care about the property names. It doesn't care about the property names. So if the bean is under the primary means, so the bean gets injected. The bean gets injected. Okay, the primary bean gets injected. So the bean gets injected into the auto wired properties. So the bean gets injected into the auto wired properties. That means what it is doing, ideally, if there is no primary, ideally this property name is matched with this property name. This property name is matched with this property name. So this gets injected here, this gets it. But if I put primary, the same primary bean will get injected here. The same primary bean will get injected here. So that is the reason, if you see here in my output, I got department as 130. I got department 1 as 42A4, but this bean only is primary. This bean is only primary, department 1. Now that's the reason the same bean got injected in emp.get department. The same bean got injected in emp.get department 1. Everyone understood? Suppose if I put primary here, what will happen now? This bean gets injected in your department and department. Now you see. Now you see, department is 130D. Next, department 1 is 42A. But since this is primary now, department, this is primary. So this 130D gets injected here. This 130, this also gets injected. So this means whichever the bean, now this is primary now, this is primary now. So this bean gets injected here, this bean gets injected. So irrespective of the property names it has. Suppose now we'll see one more thing. Everyone understood now what is primary? Now this is without qualifier. Now we'll see with qualifier how it will behave. Because we know that qualifier will be given highest preference. Right? Now let me put qualifier. What I'll do now? Here I will put @qualifier of department. So that means this qualifier value should match with any of the bean ID values. That means this is department and department. So what I'll do is let me put one more qualifier, department 1. And what I do is I'll make this as a primary, right? Fine. So what is happening now? See, let me take this scenario. Right. Okay. Next is we have now employee like this. Now you see. Right. Now let me run this program. Now you see, if qualifier is present, it will now see this is matching with this. So this gets injected here. Next, this is matching with this. So this gets injected here. So if ideally primary means this should get injected in both, but it is giving preference to qualifier. If qualifier is present, okay, it will ignore primary. See, that is the reason. See, so this qualifier value is matching with this bean name. Similarly, this qualifier value is matching with this bean name. But ideally, here if you see primary, wherever I put primary, that bean gets injected in both auto variables. But it is not like that. It is going with like qualifier values. So qualifier is given more preference. So that is the reason I told, if we can declare primary in any of the bean, then by default the bean with primary gets injected if there is a conflict in auto varying of the beans with same class type, provided there is no qualifier matching present. There should be no qualifier matching present for primary to work. Now you see, I'll just show you one more scenario. Here I'll say DEPT1. Now let me run this. See, now you got an error. Why? Because this qualifier department is matching with this one. This qualifier DEPT1 is not matching with any of the beans, right? There is no bean ID with DEPT1. So though primary is present, though property names are matching, these property names are matching here. But if qualifier is present, it will give preference to qualifier. And if qualifier value is not matching anywhere, it will give an error. So qualifier is that much powerful concept. So if qualifier is present, in other words, it will ignore property names and it will ignore this primary also wherever it is present. Qualifier value should match with any of the beans. Otherwise, it will give an error. In that way, you have to consider. So if I take the same scenarios here, so if qualifier is present, first preference is going to qualifier. If value in qualifier is not matching with any bean ID, then error. If qualifier is not present, okay, the property type should match with bean class type. If more than one bean is found, then property name is matched with bean ID. Okay, here we have to add one more condition. Now, if more than one bean is found, next. Okay, I will add one more point. If any of the bean or component is associated with primary, okay, so if present, the bean with the primary gets injected in all the auto wide matching the class type, matching the property type. If not present, then the property name is matched. So if not present, first this one will get, then if not present, then this will go here. That's why I put the line first here. See, if any of the bean or component is associated with primary, if present, then the bean with primary gets injected. The bean with primary gets injected in all the auto wide, okay, matching the property type, right? This property type should match with the class type, right? Matching the property type with the bean class type. I'll write here, matching the property type with bean class type. Right? That is what. So first, so if qualifier is present, first preference is given to qualifier. If qualifier is not present, okay, then property type should match with bean class type. If more than one bean is found, then it will check for primary. Then after that, you go here, these cases. Right? Everyone understood what is primary? How it works? Everyone clear how this primary works? right? Suppose, can we have more than one primary? Suppose if I define like this, I'll define this as primary. Can we have more than one primary like this? Both are primaries. We'll see. Well, let me remove the qualifier, because if qualifier is present, this primary is ignored actually. More than one primary being formed. Right? So more than one being. So here I will write so there cannot be more than one bean. More than one bean. Annotated with primary. With the primary. For the same bean class type. For the same bean class type. So if you see here, for this bean is having department class type. This bean is also having department class type. So I should not primary on both edges. Everyone, any doubts till now? Everyone clear? Okay, just to follow this, okay? Just to follow these steps. So this one. So if you want, I can explain once again this. I mean this, right? So I just say, if qualifier is present, I'll write again once again. If qualifier is present, value in qualifier should match with the bean ID, and that bean gets injected to property. Injected to property value into property. This is the first case. A. Next, B is value in qualifier is not matching with any bean ID, then error. If qualifier is not present, the property name, the property type should match with the bean class type. If more than one bean is found, then the property name, sorry, if more than one bean is found, right, then I'll say A1. If any of the bean or component is associated with the primary, if any of the bean or component is with primary, then the bean with primary gets injected in all the auto varied. Matching the property type. Right? Right. Next. Then A2, if primary is not present, then the property name is matched with B9. Okay. Then if no match found, get error. Next. If only one bean is found, okay, matching the return type, then bean gets injected into the property. Just say this. And just read this. I think if only one bean is found, this will be B. Just read this. Just read this. Let me know any questions. Okay. No, no. What I'm telling is this A2 point is there. This point is not a new point. So if you see here, what is A2 point? Suppose if primary is not present, then it will compare with this property names with the bean names, right? That's what this A2 point. Today, what I explained today, what we came to know, this primary, bean annotated the primary. Okay. Yeah, today I'll upload the notes. So I'll just, that's what actually the Google Classroom link I was just, I'll directly call today. So what is the next annotation that is left? Order. So what is order? Specifies the order of loading the bean by Spring Container. So these are for your MVC annotations. So let us take order. Order specifies the order of loading the bean by Spring Container. Okay. Let me now take this order. I'll just say Spring order bean, Spring order table. Right. So what I'll do is, this control service is all MVC, Spring MVC annotation. Then I'll just say, see, basically what is this order demo is, say there is a books exhibition going on. I'll just give a practical example. There is a book exhibition. Going on. So this books exhibition, okay, books exhibition. So in this books exhibition, there are different books like your software books, okay, software books. Similarly, something like your core electronics books. Next is okay, books related to general knowledge, right? So like this, there are different books. Yeah, mechanical engineering books. Yeah. But the thing is, but for this exhibition, many people will be coming. Okay. But most of the people are software related people, software books. I mean, for this exhibition, many people will be coming to see the books, but most of the people are ready to purchase software books than any other books. Okay. So what will happen now? Your books exhibition should decide the order of this. Okay. Your books exhibition people are the team of books exhibition. Whoever is conducting, the team of books exhibition, whoever conducting, they should put software books in the front order, in the first order. Software books in the first order, like first row. So that the people who are coming, because most of the people, they are coming to purchase software books. Okay. So most of the people, they're coming to purchase software books. So that should be in first order. Similarly, that means first they have to order this. So that means, so ordering is most important. Okay. And based on that, this, based on that, software people, I mean, the people, most of the people who are ready to purchase our books, since those books are in the first row, they can pick up the books easily, they can identify the books easily, and they can purchase. Now we can think like, we can develop this program. The same thing, if I want to develop this kind of book exhibition with proper order, using Spring, how we can write this. So that is what we are going to see. So what I'll do is, I'll create now one class called books exhibition. Books exhibition. Okay, so this is a component. Okay, this is also a Spring Bean. Okay, I'll just define as a component. Okay, so I'll just use this in pom.xml. I'll just use this dependency. So I'll just say component. And now, what this books exhibition contains? This books exhibition contains books, right? List of books, collection of books, right? What this books exhibition contains? This contains collection of books. So I can define in Java like this, right? List of book. It's a collection of list is a your java.build collection of books, right? Array list. I'll just yeah. What I'll do is this will be an auto write actually, okay? Because this book exhibition contains books, so this will be an auto write, right? Now I don't have class for book. Let me write book now. So basically, I can create this as an abstract class. I can create a book as an abstract class. See, my class model will be like this. I will have a book. So this is an abstract class. So from this, I can have software books, engineering, electronics books. And so what I'll do is I'll just give name like software books. Next is engineering books. And then I'll say general knowledge books. Right? So these are the different classes. So from this book, all these three are related, and this I can write, this is a parent class, your abstract class. So what I'll do is I'll just create a book, new class, book. And here I'll say abstract class, book. And I'll just create one name, public. This is an abstract method, abstract string get book name. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just, okay. So now what I'll do is I'll create now software books, software book, I'll say extends book, right? Then I'll add an implementer. So this is a get book name. So here I'll say return software, right? See, again, if I extend this software book, we can have like Java books, okay, Python books like that, but I'm stopping here. Then I'll say public. I'll write one constructor here just to see the object being creation. Just I'll print message here. System.out.println. Okay. Calling software book or software book object constructor, I'll say. Right. Similarly, I'll also create one more class, new class, engineering book. So this again I'll say extends book. So again I'll add unimplemented methods. So here I'll say engineering book. And here I'll write one more constructor here. I mean for this class, engineering book. I'll just say engineering book constructor. Right. Next, I'll take one more class, new class, general knowledge, or I'll say okay, general knowledge. I'll say current affairs, something like this. Current affairs book. Okay. And again, this I'll say extends book. Again, I'll add unimplemented methods. So here I'll say current affairs book. And here I'll say public current affairs book. Okay. System dot out dot println current affairs book constructor. Right. That's all. Now, in my book, in my what you say, books exhibition, what I'll do now, I'll just say for, I'll create one method, public void print books. I'll say like this. Or instead of print books, exhibit books. Because it's exhibition, right? We are exhibiting the books. So I'll say for books, for book, I'll say like this, books. I'm iterating this collection. Then I'll say system dot out dot println. I'll say book dot get name. Okay. Dot get book name, right? Sorry. Book dot get book name. And for software book, I forgot to add this. Everything is a component, right? Everything we should have Spring Bean component, right? This is a class level annotation. Engineering book also component. Current affairs book also component. Book exhibition is also component, right? Your book is an abstract class, so this need not be component, because for this you will not have any object created, right? Right. Now in my app.java, what I'll do is, so we'll have now this application context. Context is equal to new annotation config application context of app config.class. Right. Now what I'll say, books exhibition, right? This is a component, right? So take this class, books exhibition is equal to context dot get bean. So I'll give the name of the bean as the starting with class small letter, right? Starting with small letter. And I'll say books exhibition dot class. Right. Then what I'll say, I'll just call this method books exhibition dot exhibit books. That's all. Okay, app config is not there, right? I have to create that app config class. So what I have to do here, configuration, component scan. That's all. Now let me run this. Books exhibition. Why it is getting the same issue here also. Exhibition. I'll say like this, exhibition. Same error is getting, okay. This is working here, right? Run as Java. Yeah. Why it is coming here? Let me copy all these books here. All these I'll copy here. Right. And I'll also copy this part also. Run as. So it is coming, right? I don't know this. This workspace somehow, when I create another project, okay, we'll see later. Okay, fine. Okay, so what it is happening is first current affairs book is getting created, next engineering book, next software book. So in the same way it is printing. Okay, I'll just comment out these constructors just to see. Just to see here. So let me run here again. See, first current affairs book is exhibited, next engineering book, next software. But we don't want in this order, right? We want first a software book, next engineering book, next current affairs. We want in that order. So what I'll do is here I'll put like at the rate order of 1. So order of 1 will give first preference. Then engineering book I'll put order of 2. Then current affairs book I'll put order of 3. So now we'll see. We'll run the program now. Now you see, first a software book got printed, exhibited, next engineering book, next current affairs. So now your order, if you put order of 1, order will determine. That's what this annotation tells. Order specifies the order of loading the bean by Spring container. So that means, so first when you put 1, so this will be first loaded. I mean, your Spring container will first create this bean. Next is engineering book. So your order of 2 first, then this book gets printed. Next, current affairs book. So this gets printed. 3. So in this way, our exhibition, if you see now, our exhibition now, exhibit books is making this order like this. Any doubts you have till now? Everyone understood, right? Yeah, sure. So today I will contact admin and then I'll upload all this. Okay. Everyone understood? So with this, we completed all our important annotations. This controller service, there are some annotations. Those are Spring MVC. When we study Spring MVC, so we'll be knowing about those annotations. But the Spring Core IOC and dependence injection, these are all the important annotations. We studied all these actually. Anything we missed here? All right then. All right then. Yeah, that's what I'm checking with admin. See, that's what I don't have this Google Classroom link. So that is the reason. I'll upload all these things. I'll call today. All right then. So thank you all. See you tomorrow. Okay then. Thank you all. Thank you.